Hey everybody, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. We're constantly updating it with new content and never seen before content. So if you want to get the latest from Harvest, hit the subscribe button. And now, here are the closing words of the Apostle John in Revelation 22. Look at verse 1. And he showed me a pure river of water of life, clear as crystal, proceeding from the throne of God and of the Lamb. And in the middle of its street, on either side of the river, was the tree of life, which bore 12 fruits, each tree yielding its fruit every month. The leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations, and there'll be no more curse, but the throne of God and of the Lamb shall be in it, and his servants shall serve him, and they will see his face, and his name will be on their foreheads, and they'll need no night there. They'll need no lamp nor light of the sun, for the Lord God gives them light, and they shall reign forever and ever. Powerful words. So Revelation 21 gives us a glimpse of the New Jerusalem from an outside perspective. Here in chapter 22, we go inside to see what's actually waiting for us. John's description of heaven is actually getting clear. He's described it as a kingdom. He's described it as a city. Now he describes it as a garden. In the first chapters of the Bible, we see paradise lost when Adam and Eve ate of the forbidden fruit. The final two chapters of the Bible describe the paradise that God has created for us in heaven. Now, if you're taking notes, here's a few things we learn about heaven from what we have read. Number one, heaven and the new earth are a place of satisfaction. Heaven and the new earth are a place of satisfaction. We will want for nothing. All of our needs will be met. Our thirst will be quenched, because verse 17 says, let him who thirsts come, and whoever desires, let him take the water of life freely. Number two, heaven and the new earth are a place of sufficiency. Sufficiency. Look at Revelation 22:2. In the middle of its street, on either side of the river, was a tree of life, which bore 12 fruits, and each tree yielding its fruit every month. The leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations. Now, remember, because of the sin of Adam and Eve, they and all of humanity was banned from the tree of life because they ate of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. I wonder if when we get there, we'll meet Adam and Eve and we can ask Eve like, hey, what's up? Why did you have to eat of that forbidden fruit? You wonder what these fruits are. You know, there's certain fruits I favor, certain fruits I don't love. Kumquats, don't get those, don't like those. Oranges, take them or leave them. Apples, kind of like them. But I'll tell you, I love peaches. I love nectarines. I love plums. I love cherries. I love berries. I love bananas, but I don't like them too ripe. When I see someone eating an overly ripe banana, it kind of grosses me out. I like them when they're not quite green, but just starting to get yellow. But we all have our favorite fruits. And by the way, as summer is approaching, I especially love the fruits of summer. But here's what's interesting. The leaves of this tree are there for the healing of the nations. The Greek word used there for healing is therapia. You can probably imagine what English word we get from that, therapy. There's therapeutic value in these leaves. Not that we'll get sick in heaven, but there's this life-giving power in the trees that are there. Why is it that all the things that taste good are not good for you? At least taste good to me. I've already told you I love hamburgers. I love all Mexican food. I love pasta, pizza, etc. Those things, they're good to eat, but if you eat too much of that food, you can gain a lot of weight. Well, I think in heaven, we're going to have tasty, delicious food. I think I can say authoritatively, there will be no kale in heaven. In fact, it's been revealed to me that is the main food of hell. No, I'm joking. But we're going to have these trees that are there for the healing of the nations. And the curse is gone. Verse 3, there'll be no more curse. The curse brought sickness. The curse brought aging. And worst of all, the curse that came upon humanity after Adam and Eve ate of the forbidden fruit, the worst part was death itself. And this is something that affects everyone. As I've often said, 1 out of every 1 persons will die. 3 people die every second. 180 people die every minute. 11,000 people die every hour. You see, that's like the most depressing statistic I've ever heard. I know, but it's true. On any given day, 250,000 people are entering into eternity. But now we read, death is gone. We won't even talk about it anymore. Heard a story about a mom and her little boy who were walking along the beach, and they came upon a dead seagull lying in the sand. A little boy said, "Mommy, what happened to the seagull?" Wanting to protect him from the harsh realities of death, she said, "Well, honey, the little seagull was sick, and so God took him to heaven." And the little boy, still looking at the bird lying on the sand, said, "Well, then why did God throw him back to the earth?" Well, death will be gone. The curse of death will be gone. Here's a surprising thing. Number 3, heaven and the new earth are a place of service. Heaven and the new earth are a place of service. Look at verse 3. His servants will serve him. Yes, heaven is a place of rest, but I can only rest for so long. Pretty much every day I take a short nap. I probably shouldn't admit this, but usually after lunch, I'll maybe fall asleep for 12 minutes, and then I'm revived. Now I'm ready to get back out and do things. And so there's going to be opportunities in heaven and the new earth. There's going to be things to do. You artists, get ready. God's going to utilize your creative abilities. You people who are mechanical, there'll be a place for you as well. You singers and vocalists and instrumentalists, get ready, because God's going to use all of your skills in the afterlife. And it's going to be a fantastic time. And you wonder if we might be able to finish some of the tasks that remained uncompleted on earth in heaven. You wonder if dreams that were shattered here will be ultimately fulfilled there. Point number 4, heaven is a place where tragedy turns to triumph. It's a place where tragedy turns to triumph. Sadness turns to joy. Disability turns to ability. Handicaps will be gone. Mental and physical disability is banished, and there'll be joy. Heaven is a happy place. Heaven is a hopping place. Heaven is a joyful place. The psalmist says, "In your presence there is fullness of joy, and on your right hand there are pleasures forevermore." C.S. Lewis said, and I quote, "Joy is the serious business of heaven," end quote. I cannot agree more. Listen to this. You're going to laugh in heaven. Do you like to laugh? I love to laugh. I actually like to make people laugh as well. And we're going to be laughing in heaven. Luke 6:21 says, "God blesses you who are hungry now, for you will be satisfied. God blesses you who weep now, because the time will come when you will laugh with joy." The book of Revelation reminds us we win in the end.